1. I am part of a work-at-home call center that takes calls for other companies. One of our clients has franchises in many states. I handle sales, but I also take current customer messages and send it to the appropriate department. Me, your boy K, entitled Karen, not her real name. Hi, this is Crazy. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Hi, my name is Karen, and I have a few questions.
Absolutely, I'd love to help you with those questions. Are you a current customer with us?
Excuse me. I'm the one that's going to be asking questions here. Are you going to let me ask them?
Yes, ma'am. I just need to know if you're a customer or not so I can submit this as the correct form.
There will be no form to submit.
Okay.
Does Plan XYZ cover all?
And then she listed a whole list of problems. Yes, ma'am. The plan covers all problems you listed.
That's what I thought. Your website states that you offer 24-hour service and that you cover all general problems. I called a few times last week and told them about my problem and wanted to upgrade my current plan, and the people on the phone were confused about whether or not the new plan covered everything. I told them to have the manager contact me and schedule something that night, and nothing was done. Y'all are false advertising if you don't do or know what is on your own website.
I apologize, ma'am. I assure you we are doing our best to help you. Just to confirm, you are a current customer?
Yes, and all I want is information about XYZ plan, and no one knows anything. This is crazy. I have not been contacted by a manager yet. Put your manager on the line now.
I understand you want someone to contact. Unfortunately, although I really want to be able to help you more, because I am on the sales team and not the current customer team, all I can do is take down some basic information, make sure I link your account, and then I will send this to the correct department or manager. You said your first name was Karen. What is your last name?
No, this is inexcusable. You get your manager right now.
As I stated, ma'am, I am just on the sales team, and all I can do is send a message. I cannot contact the manager directly.
This is ridiculous. Fine. Give me your supervisor.
Unfortunately, I can't do that, ma'am. As I said,
you put your supervisor on the phone now. I want to speak to your manager. This is ridiculous.
I'm not sure if I can. Let me put you on a brief hold and double check with my supervisor, okay?
Fine.
I put Karen on hold and messaged the team lead. No one was available, but later on it was confirmed I cannot transfer or put the team lead on the line, as we help multiple companies, so we send this directly to the company customer care department. After 2 minutes, I take her off hold. I'm really sorry, but my manager is busy talking with someone else right now. What I can do at least is send in a message so they can contact you back.
Right. That is what they said last time and no one ever did.
I'm really sorry about that. I promise you we are doing all we can. Can I just take down your basic information so that I can send in these notes so that we are aware of what happened in the past at the local office? As we are a national-ish company and cover many states.
No, that is not necessary. What is your name?
Crazy.
Thanks. They better call me back. Bye.
Hangs up. Now, it should be noted that the particular company has franchises in many states, and although her name is not common, but not rare, it is impossible to contact the right person with only the first name. I don't know how she thought we were going to contact her, but obviously we can't call back if you don't leave us any callback information, Karen. End of story. My team leader said I handled it great. 2. So I work in a call center in customer service for my country's biggest train company, where the majority of trains that ride are from our network. To encourage people to travel with the trains and to make it easier, cheaper, and spread out a little more, we also give different kinds of subscriptions so people can get discounts or travel for free during certain hours, with not just our trains but also trains from other companies. Most people like this, and because of that, many have some kind of subscription where they pay a certain amount of money for every year or month, depending on what subscription they have and how they set it up. Now, due to Corona or COVID-19, it has been highly advised by the government to use public transportation as little as possible ever since March. Because of this, many people have cancelled their subscriptions or taken smaller and cheaper ones, so they aren't paying for nothing. Understandable, right? Well, some people thought that they'd keep it going for a while longer, see what happened, and cancelled it anyway later, like in May. Also understandable, right? Well, some people also didn't do that and are calling just now to cancel their subscriptions. And many get mad when they realize we can't review the last few months that have passed in which they didn't use their subscription, but it was still billed like a subscription does. The reason we can't do this is because it is not allowed by the higher-ups due to it literally being the customer's own fault for not ending their subscription sooner. Just yesterday I had one of those calls again. Good afternoon, how may I help you?
Yes, hello. I want to cancel my discount subscription.
Alright, can I please have your information so I can find your account? They gave me their information. Great, I found your subscription. May I know exactly why you want to cancel it?
Well, because I haven't been able to travel at all because of that virus. The last time was all the way back in February.
Yes, if you don't use it, I understand you don't want to pay for it. So I can stop it in a few days. I give them the specific date. And because I can see that you pay a yearly amount ahead, you'll be getting money back for the period that is still to come.
But what about all those months that passed?
I'm sorry, sir, I can't do anything about that.
What? Are you serious? But I didn't even use it, so why am I paying?
Once again, I'm sorry, sir, but during those months your subscription kept going, and if you didn't want to pay for it, you should have stopped it sooner.
But why do I even need to stop it myself? Can't you people see right now that I didn't use it?
Yes, we can see that, but not...
Then why didn't you stop it?
Sir.
And I know it's not that you need money from me, because I know you have millions of people who keep theirs.
Sir, it's not...
You should keep track of if I use my subscription or not. And I should only pay then. This is plain thievery.
Sir. Sir, we cannot keep track of every subscription if it's being used or not. You said it yourself, we have millions of subscriptions being used, or not, every day, and it's impossible to keep track of all of them. Also, even if we could, we need a customer's vocal agreement to cancel a subscription due to the law. If we cancel a subscription without permission, then we'd break the law. The best I can do for you is cancel your subscription right now, so that you will at least get some money back.
Fine then.
After that, I cancelled the subscription and gave him instructions on how everything would go, and we hung up. After that, I had to rub my head for a solid minute to make the headachy cause stop. The worst part is I've been getting these kinds of calls more and more. Is this really such a weird policy? No, right? 3. I worked in a call center for a rather large, at the time, cellular carrier that took calls from the Massachusetts, New York State areas around 2003 to 2005. This carrier had bought out several smaller carriers and integrated their customers over. They allowed many of them to keep their current plans and grandfathered them into our systems. These plans were obsolete and once changed or cancelled could not be reinstated. Also, many of the newer phones with newer technology were completely incompatible with these old plans. There was actually very little we could do with these accounts unless the customer was willing to upgrade to a newer plan. I was on the retentions team department, and was able to offer much better deals and plan adjustments than other representatives to keep customers from cancelling their services. I received a call from another representative stating that this is a retentions team escalation call. This man was already livid because he was informed that he would not be able to upgrade to a new phone without upgrading his current plan. I look into the account and see that he was on one of the very oldest grandfathered plans. He had been a customer for over a decade. Remember, this is around 2004. He still had his original phone. He had never upgraded or changed a single thing on his account in all the time he had been a customer. He never had so much as a late payment or any issues of any kind. I was amazed at how little was on the notes of his account considering his age. I was determined to keep this customer and make him happy. When I took the call and had him verified, I asked why he wished to cancel his service with us after so long. He told me that after so many years his phone finally broke and he needed a new one, and was told he would have to upgrade his original plan and didn't want to do that. I apologized profusely for the inconvenience and began explaining why he would have to upgrade his plan. I told him that I could offer him a similar plan for just a few more dollars a month, and I could place a permanent credit, which would bring the plan to the same amount he was currently paying. He was satisfied with that offer. Now to the issue of the broken phone. He wanted a free phone for being such a long-time customer. I actually had a list of 5 or 6 phones, these phones being a year or 2 on the market, which I could offer him at no charge with a 2-year commitment. He immediately went off on a screaming tirade that he would most certainly not be signing a 2-year contract with anybody, for any reason. I explained that the only way to get a discounted or free phone requires a new contract, and that if he did not wish to sign a contract, he would have to pay full retail price for the phone. He then informs me that I would be sending him a Motorola Razr phone for free, and I would be adding that free phone to his current cellular plan. I explained to him that I would not and could not be doing as he demanded. I explained that his current plan is not compatible with newer technology phones, and he would not even be able to connect to towers without a compatible plan. I also explained that it is our newest and most popular phone at the moment. I could not offer that phone at no charge for anyone. I could offer a significantly lower price than advertised, but not free. Upon hearing this, he demands to speak with my manager. I ask him to hold and go to my manager. I have my manager pull the account up and explain the customer's demands. After laughing for a couple minutes, he tells me to transfer the customer over to him. I was on the phone with this customer for almost 30 minutes. My manager was on with him at least that long. The end result was he upgraded the plan with the credit I offered, accepted one of the phones I offered him at no charge, with a new 2-year commitment. Guess his manager escalation was well worth his time after all. 4. I recently started doing credit card collections for a rather large bank, and for the most part I love my job. We are given a lot of leeway in helping people, and we have no official handle time, so we can really take the time to find a solution for people's problems. It's fucking amazing. And I get to work from home, so I'm free from the evil that is pants. So I'm doing my thing, and an inbound call comes in. I give my introduction, and it's a transfer call from our fraud department. That's pretty neat. And the rep explains the CM wanted to go through some statements to see what's going on. Oh, sure, no problem. Account is up. It sounds like a simple explain the charges, explain why they should pay while the dispute process is done. Bust my numbers. They transfer the CM in. Now, I'm a pretty patient person. I grew up with people who like to tell long-winded stories and repeat themselves and don't stop talking. I can listen and can do a pretty good job of knowing when to interject so I can be heard. My years of experience meant nothing in the face of this CM. First, it's start off with her yelling. Everything is yelling, and it doesn't stop. I had to wait for 10 minutes to properly verify. She gave me her name, launched into a tirade. Get the mother's maiden name, another tirade. She's yelling about the last 4 of her card. She's yelling about how she had someone helping her, and he stole the card and committed fraud. She told me everything, and then said so again. I heard this story 10 times, almost verbatim, at 110% volume before I stopped counting. That was the first 20 minutes. So, as she's yelling, I'm looking through the account. I can't see that far back to go over the charges. I cannot help her on this account. Check back into the CM.
They're recording my voice and using it to commit fraud on me.
Alrighty. I don't even know how to field that one. And she somehow got louder for that part. I don't know how. Woman was part howler monkey, I guess. So I try to interject, but no, she's saying,
I can't even go to the bathroom without being recorded.
What? Okay. So I try to bring her attention to her other card, the one I can help with. And now she's yelling about,
I need a credit card. Why can't you send me one?
Try to speak? Nope. Back into the loop of fraud, being recorded for fraud, being recorded in the bathroom, needing a credit card. I was hoping she'd tucker herself out, but no, that wasn't happening. 35 minutes into the call. She's still looping, so I just kind of snap. She asks me a question and I say, "Ma'am, I fully understand you're frustrated and angry, I get it. But I need you to quit interrupting me because I cannot help you if you keep yelling over me. I need to ask questions. I need you to answer those questions. If you interrupt me, I will terminate this call. I can't actually do this unless they're being foul towards me. And notate your account that you are being aggressive and will ban you from calling for a week." I don't even think management can do this. "Now, are you willing to," she tries to interject here with blah blah blah. "I have the floor. Are you willing to work with me?" She says yes, in a normal voice. Holy shit, it worked. We walk through the process. We change her address to what it should be. We are making progress. She even paid me the amount due on one of her cards. Awesome. She apologized for her behavior. And I say it's totally alright. We all have moments where we lose our cool. I go quiet for a bit because I'm trying to pull up older statements in a system I'm not 100% familiar with. She starts going again, but not yelling. She's looping again too. Well, shit. And I can't find the old statement, so I can no longer help. Fuck. Someone is going to have to field this, and to that person, if they're out there, I'm fucking sorry. I transfer them to our customer service team, who can see old statements. I explain she wants to go over statements and to have a card sent to her. Introduce and hasta la vista, bye-bye. And the call at 1 hour and 5 minutes. I idle out for my break, which was supposed to start a minute after I took this call, and I just sit there. I felt guilty because the CM was working into another loop, and the poor bastard who took the call has to deal with her. I also felt relieved, because fuck, that was stressful. 5. So, a bit of backstory. I work for one of the UK's large internet, home phone and TV providers. I deal with tech support, sales, general customer relations, and so on. Now, my company only supplying home phone services opposed to business phone lines is important to the story, as you'll soon find out. So a customer called Male Karen calls in to express his rage that we've been overcharging his phone bill for months. I used to pay £10 per month, but now I'm paying £70. Checking his account, he downgraded from paying a set £10 to make unlimited phone calls to a pay-per-minute plan, and due to making 90-ish calls to the same number per month, he had been charged for the usage per minute, which racks up huge costs. Of course, MK is furious, states he doesn't use his house phone to make calls, so he shouldn't be incurring charges. He only has his house phone to divert calls to his business, as his house number was being used as a business line. We should have told him this would happen. A typical line from customers in my industry. MK wants a refund for the £210 in charges he's incurred due to his own error. For those who don't know much about phone calls, etc., when you divert a call from line A to B, it is actually line A, MK's home phone, calling line B, MK's business phone, in order to transfer the line to them, and therefore counts as making a call, therefore still charged per minute. I inform MK that diverting the call is the same as his home phone calling his business, and this is why there's charges. I also inform him that we provide domestic and not business lines, and that using the line for business is a breach of his contract with us, so I can't refund him for the charges. Long pause on his end, and then I practically hear the foam coming from his mouth as he starts screaming at me that, "As a customer of 6 years, I'll take you and your company to the cleaners if you even think of cancelling my contract. And if I don't get my charges back, I will sue for loss of earnings and the stress you will cause me. And the loss of my effing customers and blah blah blah." Being an experienced agent, I'll usually warn customers 3 times about abuse, and then will disconnect the call. However, through the whole experience, something isn't sitting right with me about the info he's giving, and how his bill is so damned high from diverted calls to the same business number. So I ask about the volume of calls that are coming through and what business he's running. By this time he's so furious and acting like an invincible big man, and so sure he has grounds to sue if we disconnect for breach of contract terms, that he reveals he's running a call center with 36 agents using our phone line service. Basically, his customers would call his house phone number he was paying us for. It would divert to his call center, where his customer service agents would then answer the diverted calls, and arrange boiler repairs and installation, etc. This, of course, is a huge breach of contract and a massive cost to the company I work for. Usually, at the point a customer telling us, "I use my house number to run a business," is not huge. It's more along the lines of a designer, DJ, hairdresser, freelance IT, who gives clients their home number because they don't have an office, etc. This guy, however, takes first prize for his audacity of running a call center from our services. So I tell MK that I'll speak to another department and call him back. "Yes, Mr. Customer, I'll see what I can do, Mr. Loyal Customer." So I speak to our compliance and fraud teams to investigate the breach of contract, the fallout. They issue MK with a 31 cancellation letter informing him that he has 31 days to find a new provider before we cut him off for breach of contract. Because his line rental was still within a minimum term contract, he has to pay early termination charges, $18.99 per month for the 15 months left of his contract, equaling £284.85 additional charges to him. He will not be receiving the disputed charges because he's broken his contractual agreement with us. Funny thing is, if he was nicer, I'd have let it slide. I've never emailed compliance on a customer except this guy. Good riddance. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Please Hold number 4. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. Rather pleased with how quickly I was able to put together a second one of these. Well, fourth one of these. Not sure when number 5 will be, but I'm already working on gathering stories for it, and some people have already offered to send their own experiences in, which is lovely and very much appreciated. Right, I'm going to keep the rest of this outro short. I'm going to wrap things up so I can play some No Man's Sky for the rest of the week. I've just got my freighter I've been trying to get for a while in that game, and I want to kit it out. Unfortunately, the easiest way to get the modules you need to do that, you have to do very naughty things that I'm not happy about, so I'll need to see if there's a better way I can do that. Okay, and with that, I'm going to head off for now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourself.